Hello, hello. Hey guys. How's everybody doing? All right. Let me see. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Let's see if she's in here. Nothing much. Getting ready to do this live. What's up with you? Hey, everybody. Hope y'all having a good night. Or early evening, I guess. It's 5:30. It's still early. Hey, Fax. How are you? Look, I am super excited about this live, y'all. The young lady I'm bringing on is in Japan. I am super stoked. Well, I'm semi-chilling, I guess. Getting ready to do this live with this black-owned business that is out in Japan. 2230 over the pond. Over the pond. Okay, where are you at? Where's over the pond? I'm in Virginia. Let's see where over the pond is. I know Fax is in Massachusetts. Okay, London. Well, hello. That is super cool. England. Hey, y'all. You guys are all over the place. I love it. That's why I love social media. You can meet people from anywhere. All right, let's see. We had a guy on last night from Australia. The young lady that's coming on is in Japan. So we've got England and London, Massachusetts. I love it. Yeah, social media is super cool because you can just hang out with people all over the world and you don't even have to leave your bedroom. You know, you don't have to leave your house. So I'm super excited. I love talking to people from all over the world. Let's see, 5:30. Let me see if she's in here. All right, let me see. I'm scared to push on these doggone buttons and stuff because I don't know what I'm hitting. Massachusetts, did you see our realtor join the group? She gonna come in the group and have everybody moving to California. She's in there busy already. All right, let's see. I think I'll move to California before Massachusetts, though. After everything you had to say. All right, let me see. Yes, same Japan and Philly, my next destination to visit. Oh, okay. I've never been to Philly. I got a lot of friends out there. I've never been. You're gonna love it. Yeah, I have a girlfriend out there that does a hood tour. It's called the Philly Experience, and she takes people to the hood. You know, normally when you go somewhere and you're going to go on a tour or something like that, they're going to take you to the nice areas, you know, all the nice white areas. And she takes everybody to the hood and shows them all the black restaurants and businesses that they have out there. It's super cool. So I'll have to send you her information so when you go to Philly you might can hook up with her. Hey, New York. Okay, so we got a bunch of people in here from different areas. I love it. Earrings and things. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm a food. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. Let me write your handle down so I can send you her information. A foodie. Oh, you're gonna love her then. If you're into food, you'll love it. Hey, ATL. I haven't been to Atlanta yet, other than the airport. I hate you guys, airport. It was huge. I had to go and run from one end to the other in like a couple of minutes. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. Let me see if I can get her handle here for you, and you can follow her now. There you go. There's her handle. So Philly Experiences is who you would talk to about when you get to Philly, because she's going to hook you up. She's going to be able to tell you where everything's at. Yeah, the airport can be cray. Girl, cray is, man, because I got there and it was a huge airplane, but then they were putting me on a smaller plane. So I'm pretty sure you know what part of the airport I had to run to. Girl, I thought I was going to die. This man happened to come by that worked at the airport and picked me up on his little cart and took me to my plane. Man, I was so happy because I was scared to death. I was like, I can't be stuck in Atlanta. I don't know anybody out here. So he helped me out, though. He did me a solid. But I will not be frequenting that airport if I don't have to, because I was stressed. Girl, I was stressed. I mean, big time stressed. Japan's in the building. Hey, Spam Man Media. All right, let me get our guest here. Let me see. Did I get her in? Hey, Shorty Reg. Uh-oh, what happened? Y'all bear with me.
Ooh, I know I'm wrong. Hey, Miss Sandra. I thought we were going to be on Facebook, baby. I thought we were going to be on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know where. Technology ain't my thing. I'm doing the best I can. Y'all pray for me. I'm so sorry.
You both. Look, technology is terrible, child. I knew you was coming.
You know, I was here too, babe. On the time too, babe. On the time, like, okay, now I see the Facebook thing. I'm over here like an old lady. Like, oh, let me click on the Facebook. And then I was like, let me check. I saw the post and it had the Instagram. I was like, oh no.
Girl, you good? We was in here just talking.
Please don't judge me, y'all. I'm normally on time. I'm just not good with technology, y'all. I apologize.
We was over here talking. We got people in here. Let's see if I can remember. New York, UK, Massachusetts. What was the other one? The lady said, "Oh my goodness, I can't remember the other one." But needless to say, there's several different people in here. So, girl, you good?
Okay, well, welcome everybody, y'all. Sorry, I'm tacky.
You ain't tacky, girl.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Let me make sure I am.
Please, you ain't got to be embarrassed. Look, let me tell you. One thing about Black Connections, right? We don't follow anybody's rules.
Okay.
Shorty Reg just can't tell you. We don't follow anybody's rules. Nothing is scripted. I don't have papers sitting in front of me where I'm going to ask you questions. It's just look. It's just this is not CNN interview. This is me and you in a group.
Let's have some fun with it. Let's have some fun with it.
Oh, wait a minute. What is that? No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Me, you, and a bunch of people, and we're going to hear all about you. Oh, Atlanta's in the building. ATL, okay. I can't believe I got you. After we just got that talking about your airport.
Hey, ATL.
Yeah, so there's, a bunch of people in here, so it's okay. That, I knew you was going to get here.
I was going to be here, baby. I was here, baby. I just wasn't where I needed to be.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Oh, my God, girl, I love it.
What's that? I couldn't hear you.
I said, I love that hair. Okay.
Oh, I got to do a little something, baby. I feel like I'm serving a little bit of Purple Rain vibe.
Yeah. That's what I got. I was waiting for Prince to start singing.
Girl, I'm trying. I'm trying to give y'all a little something this morning. It's 7:30 here in Japan, so it's early. So this is the best we can do for today.
So it's 7:30 in the morning there, and it's 5:30 here. And I forget what the gentleman said, what time it was where he was in London. But yeah. Yes, there's a gentleman in here from London. He's in here somewhere. I can't remember what time. He said 22:30, I think.
So
Wait a minute.
10:30. I think that's 10:30, and like it's like Zulu time, like my military spouse. So I think it's 10:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's about right. I'm sorry. It's 22:38 now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you guys. So, look, you have to pronounce your first name because I'm not butchering.
It's Selena.
Say it again.
Selena.
Yeah, we good then. We good. I thought it was going to be like a huge thing where I was going to mess that up, but
had it. I'm sure you would have got it. I'm sure you would have got it.
You guys, this is Miss Saleda. She's in Japan. What part of Japan are you in?
I'm actually in Okinawa, so I'm actually on I'm very remote. I am like even remote than remote. It's like I'm on an island in Japan. So
are y'all
it's
on the military base?
Yeah, we are at a military base here.
Yeah, we're a huge military family. I'm an ex-Navy spouse. My 4 kids were in the Army. All of my family was military. So, yeah, we're a huge military family. So when you said you were in Japan.
It's hot out here for the military family. Shout out for us.
Look, girl, it is. Especially the ones that are trying to be business owners.
Trying to be a girl. Everybody said I was crazy. They were like, what are you thinking?
The gentleman said, what is it like there in Japan?
Japan? Oh, it's beautiful. I'm incredibly lucky. So we got stationed here in Okinawa. So I'm basically living on an island, a tropical island, like the equivalent of like Hawaii to America. It is Okinawa is to Japan. So I look out my window, I'm cooking dinner and I can see the beach. It's like, it's gorgeous. Like it's gorgeous here. So, and I've gotten to learn Japanese since being here. So like, I've been able to interact with them.
I watched your video. I heard you talking in your video where it said, I think it's, let me see, it's on your Instagram page under Founder Story.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Miss Thing, I see you.
Yeah, I've been out here. She working. So she's out here. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. Like despite the parents here, honey, I'm a full-on nerd. So being out here was able to have me to learn Japanese. I'm still learning. I'm definitely not like fluent, but I have tutors and I have a lot of help. So I can get around. I can navigate and be able to talk to people now. Right. Definitely. So
y'all
it's been fun.
Out there for 3 years.
We're actually in our end of our last, so we've been here it'll be 4 years, and we're in our last 6 months. So I'm coming home this summer, so it'll be nice to be able to have boots on the ground finally, because I've been doing this whole business thing from abroad the last like year, over a year. So it'll be nice to be comfortable.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's get into that. I want you to what made you start? I mean, I know because I've read your stuff, but other people don't know. What made you start? Tell them what your business is. Oh, wait a minute. Fax wants to know where's home.
Home is Cali. Home is California. Home is California.
The real estate lady I was on with last night is in California.
Yeah.
Rancho Cucamonga, something like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm from Northern California, so I'm Sacramento area. But that's home. I'm from Ohio. I was raised in Ohio, so I always say I'm kind of a Midwestern girl with like a California like a little twist, just a little California twist in there.
Yeah. Well, I want you to tell us what made you start your business. Tell them what your business is. I got 2 of the coats. Girl, oh my gosh. Look, when I tried not to, I teared up on the live, but when I opened the box and seen those beautiful jackets, I was like, oh, this girl right here is going to be glad.
I actually
They're
cried when
beautiful.
I never seen the unboxing, to be honest with you, because I have to do everything remotely. So I have a third-party logistics center as in Texas that has all my inventory. So they send out the packaging to everybody. So because being in Japan, it wouldn't make sense for me to fulfill orders and then have them going internationally. The shipping would be crazy.
Right.
So I had to contract with somebody to do it for me. So watching your video of the unboxing was actually the first time I've seen it. So I was so nervous. So I was like, oh God, please let this not be a hot mess. So I was happy to, I literally brought tears to my eyes. So it was incredible. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Look, the box from start to finish was on point. Hear me when I tell you. And I tell people all the time that your packaging means a lot.
It does.
That's the first impression of your business.
Right.
When somebody gets that package, the box came in, it had your name on it.
Yeah.
The inside of the box, I was like, oh
intention.
Man, I love this.
There's intention. Everything I do, everything we'll talk about today, like there's intention, but there's a lot of attention has gone behind it. So the box itself, I wanted it to look like a first aid kit. So I wanted to give like that first aid vibe when you get that,
and
like,
it did.
And that's what I wanted you to get when you got the box. So thank you. I'm glad that y'all, because there's some work went into the box design too. So thank you for that, baby. I appreciate it.
I knew there was some work into them boxes. I was like, oh yeah, she put some work. Look, I got off the live. I was like, oh, she put some work into this.
She did. Yes, she did. But yeah, the business. I want to give you like a little background. So let me see where. I guess I could just start from the beginning. So my foundation, I guess my medical foundation is veterinary medicine. So that is like where my heart will always lie. And so but I was able to parlay that career and that background into a successful career in biomedical research at UC Davis for almost 13 years. And I would have still been there had I not fell in love with an Air Force pilot that brought me here to Japan. So that's why.
Sometimes that happens.
Love happens. And so we came here. And so I was just planning on putting a career on pause for a little bit, just so I can. I mean, I had worked too hard, honey, had way too much education for me to just be like, I'm done with it. So I just kind of planned on putting on pause and then came to Japan, and then the pandemic hit, and so of course I had to stay home with the kids and do the virtual school like a lot of us parents had to do. And then I was trying to get back to the workforce, and the world had transitioned to work from home at that point. So I was like, okay, this should be a good time for me to kind of get back into the workforce to, because I can work from home. I'm in Japan. This should be good for remote. I went on job interviews, honey, did the whole sparkling personality thing, and everybody was like, we love you, you're wonderful, we would have hired you, but you're just too remote for us in Japan. And so that was devastating to me. I worked really hard to be marketable to employers, and so I had my little good times, damn moments. Like I did. I ain't gonna lie and say I just took it on the chin. I had my moment. And then I was home one day and I was cleaning up and doing the stay-at-home mom thing, and I came across one of my old lab coats from my UC Davis days. And honestly, that's kind of where it started from. So I jokingly tell my husband that for me, like, my desperation kind of sparked my inspiration, because I was just so desperate to continue to be in the medical community and be part of the discovery and the I did research medicine. So like I was part of discovery and helping bring new medical treatments and pharmaceuticals to the market. So I just missed it. And so the lab coat, I found my old lab coat and I was like, okay, well, can I do something with this? And so that's where it kind of started from. That's the I guess the nexus, if you will, of where it came from.
Well, I tagged a couple of my doctor friends under it, and one of them was like, oh girl, I gotta have one of those. How can I get it? So I had to put your website up under there. But she was ready. She fell in love with it. And a couple of my other friends have seen the coats, and they're like, oh my gosh, Sandra, they are so cool. Atlanta said, desperation sparked inspiration. That's what she did. She put a little
something. I had to do something, Miss Sandra. I couldn't just sit around. I needed to do something.
And the pandemic has caused a lot of people to have to pivot and
Right.
do something that maybe they would have never thought they were going to do. You know,
Right.
I don't know how many mask businesses were started during this pandemic.
Right.
You know, I see so many, because of what I do, you know, I only deal with Black-owned businesses, right? So I see all these colorful African printed masks. Girl, there's so many of them. I just love it.
You know, I think you have to learn, you know, my mom always says, like, when God shuts one door, look for something else to open. And so I had a lot of doors shut. I was interviewing at some big pharmaceutical companies, and I had a lot of doors shut because of where I was at. And so, you know, and I was sad. I cried, you know, I cried for real. I ain't gonna lie and say,
that's devastating to get that many no's, you know?
Yeah, a lot of no's.
When all you're just trying to do is do what you love and trying to work.
But I never saw myself as an entrepreneur. I like my little 9 to 5, my little paid holidays, honey. Like, I never saw it, but you know, this has been an incredible journey, and it allows me to be creative and to also like follow my own passions as far as supporting the medical community, which is something that I've always been passionate about because I was part of it. So I know they need the support.
Heck yeah,
they do.
Well, I love them. The coats are absolutely beautiful. If you guys have not seen the coats, just go on my page. I mean, the unboxing. Oh wait, she's got some.
Well, I got one. This is my favorite because it's the Black connection. I have to shout out this coat in particular. I have two patterns available right now on my website. It's the patriotic print, and then this one is my African print. This is my Fawahodie print, I love this print because I worked with a Nigerian artist to incorporate the Fawahodie symbol, which is an Adinkra symbol that represents with freedom comes responsibility. And I love that meaning behind that, because to me, as an African American woman in the medical field, like understanding that my ancestors didn't have these same opportunities, I had to fight and die for me to be able to sit here and wear this lab coat or to be here with you, like having the lab coat that has a symbol that represents more than just the white lab coat. The white lab coat has its own symbology, right? We know what that means as far as like the professional field, but to have the Adinkra symbol, Fawahodie, which basically means like we understand that we didn't, like, people had to fight for us to get here. We're not going to take that opportunity for granted, and we're going to usher in more people of color. So, because the more of us in this field, the better for us, all of us, honestly. You know, I mean, statistics will show that there are diagnostic differences with Black people, African Americans versus non, and so especially with dermatology. So having people get that is better for all of us and for the community. So I love this. This is my passion. So I love this pattern in particular. I love them both, but this one I really like put some stank on.
Yeah, I like that one. Look, I'm not even in the medical field, and I'm like, okay, I need to get one of these just because, you know, I just fell in love with it, you know. So that's why I just started tagging all the doctors I knew up under the post. I'm like, I be seeing y'all in them solid white coats. I'm gonna need y'all to switch up your game a little bit.
Right, we need to switch up the game a little bit. Well, it's fun.
Yeah, because I have a couple of male doctors that follow me. I'm trying to remember their pages though, because I know one in particular. He's gonna love it and definitely want one, because he wears his mask is African prints and things like that. So that one you just showed, he would love that.
Yeah,
his little hat thing is African. You know, when he goes into surgery and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's something. The surgical caps, like that's something I'm not on the radar as far as like, you know, expanding on the line and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking out for us now. I'm always, you know, I'm still a Black woman, so I'm always looking out for the community. But yeah, it's a labor of love, but I'm so grateful for the platform to be able to speak to you and speak to the different people on here.
I couldn't wait. As soon as I heard you were in Japan, I was like, I bet she's military.
Yeah, I am. A proud military spouse. I am, but I'm still Selena though. But I'm a military spouse as well.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you this. You know, every time we start a business, or anytime we do anything, there's always the good, the bad, and the ugly. If somebody wanted to start a clothing line, or well, yours are coats for the medical field, but if somebody wanted to do that, you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly since you've started. What would be, I know that is not the real Chandra Curly. I know damn well that ain't. That's not who I think it
know
is.
who that is, but look, Chandra Curly.
Girl, she an actress.
Okay.
She's an actress. Yeah, I know her. I think she was on the Tyler Perry thing. That I like, but. Oh, girl, yes. Girl, yes.
I love Tyler Perry when he was just doing the plays, the little plays you got from the hair store. The guy with Mad Black Woman. I was on Tyler Perry before he became Tyler Perry Studios.
Exactly.
Like I was on Tyler Perry.
Look, now he's billionaire Tyler Perry.
Right.
He's billionaire Tyler Perry now.
He's an inspiration. Like he's a dream for sure.
Went from homeless to a billionaire.
You got to love it. You gotta love the hustle.
Love
it.
And that's one of the things I love about our community. Hello, your kid's favorite preschool teacher. Oh man, he's awesome. Hi, Zen Brown.
Oh, y'all.
But so if somebody wanted to, get into something like this, I mean, what would be some words of advice that you would have for them trying to start a business like you?
Well, for me, it was the perseverance, honey, because you're going to I don't think I can give you any other advice because it's so dynamic and there's so many different avenues. Even the person my textile company that I work with, they're a Japanese company led by a woman. So me speaking Japanese was helpful to be able to get them. So it's just, there's so many dynamics into it, but it took me a while to even find them. Like it took me a long time to find them. So it really just comes down any business. It really is the perseverance. You can't and you're going to be sad. You're going to be in bed crying some days because you're going and don't feel like you're a failure because things aren't going accordingly to what you thought. Because I'm a research brain woman. Like my brain is trained research. Things have a protocol and I have a certain way. And business is not like that. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to pivot, depending and allow yourself to feel. I tell this to my daughters too, like allow yourself to feel because that's what makes us human. And so, you're going to feel like crap some days. You're going to feel like, why am I even doing this some days? But, you have to get up and you have to keep pushing. So that's the biggest advice I can give to anybody is like, just show up every day. Just show up for yourself, show up for your business and every day. And even if it's just a little bit of a step here and there, just show up.
I've seen that. Oh, Zen Brown said, push harder and think smarter about what you're doing.
Yeah. When
I had asked about advice that you would give.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good advice.
That's great
Very good advice. Now, what was your biggest challenge starting this business?
I think my biggest challenge, I have some challenges, baby. Let me think. Let me see which ones. Honestly, the times, like being remote, like everything I'm doing is so my time zones was crazy. So speaking with lawyers about trademarks and all these things are happening at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I'm in, pajamas on the bottom and a suit on the top. So just the time zone challenges were hard to try to navigate a little bit. I think also for me, I just was my own insecurities, like, because I never saw myself as in this field. So or being an entrepreneur in general. So trying to get past getting out my own way, really, I think it came down to is like just getting out of my own way. Cause I'm so, I have to think about every little thing. And so trying to just just allow yourself to, just work. My dad used to always say, plan your work your plan. And so that really was I think the biggest challenges for me was just getting out of my own way and allowing myself to just go through the process and not try to overthink things too much.
Now have you, how long have you had this business?
She's a year and a half, so she's new. She's a baby. She's She's still a
Too
baby.
cool. Yeah, she's still a toddler. I love it. Now, have you been able to set up at like any events or anything with your jacket?
Well, 'cause COVID, I mean, and we're military, so so COVID shut everything down, and then you're military, so military, like, they really shutting down. They ain't taking no chances.
They don't play.
They don't play.
Yeah,
so
they can't have the soldiers getting sick. They got to be able to send them where they need to send them.
And they didn't want, obviously we're guests on foreign soil, so we don't want to be like the cause of getting the native population sick, right, either. So we had this so I was saying the biggest challenges for me is, like, I really was doing everything from this space that you see right now. The whole business has been ran from here, from my business meetings to talking to lawyers to everything that's happened in this space. So I haven't had a chance so coming home this summer, after this assignment is done, we get to come home, will be the first time I'm getting to, like, have boots on the ground and actually, like, talk to people about what I've been doing for the last, like, year and a half.
Wow. That is super cool, though, that you have been able to do all of this, get it all up and running, remotely. And then when you get back to the States, it's going to be entirely different because you'll be able to do the expos and all of those, type of things.
So the fact that it's like blackity black, I was like, this is God, baby. This got to be God.
Girl, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. And then when you come back to the area, hopefully I'll have a location where I'm going to do my face-to-face expo this year.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to.
I'm in.
Then you'll be able to.
Don't worry about
you
it.
and
Like,
the whole family, come on.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. You ain't saying nothing but a word. I'm in.
I know, right? Oh my gosh! But I mean, I love what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I love the fact that you've stepped out there and you've made a coat, with us on it.
Yeah.
And people are going to be wearing this in the hospitals, and they're going to be representing us.
Right.
So and there aren't coats out there like that.
Right.
Most of the coats are just a straight white coat.
Right. But
this coat is special because it's representing us.
It represents, and it also, and if I can just throw this in real quick while we got people, so you can, like, this a little plug for myself. It also, I did incorporate a lot of things that I thought was important that I wish I had in my lab coat besides just the fun collar. That's why it's called the functional lab coat, because it needed to be more than just
I was going to ask you about that. So tell us about the different functions it's got.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, it's water repellent. So I worked, as I said, my field was veterinary medicine. So my patients like to, pee on people. And so, so having a lab coat that was water repellent was lovely. Well, something I wish I would have had. I can't tell you how many days I had to take showers at work because I was covered in unmentionables. And so that was one of the things. But also my underneath the lapel, you have the lab coat too, so you can check yourself as well. But underneath the lapel, there's these snaps here.
I noticed that I didn't unsnap it, because it's not mine. It's going somewhere else. So I didn't want to play with it too much. But I noticed that when I tried to pull it, it didn't move.
Yeah. So the snaps are for your stethoscope. So once again, I'm thinking about moving and shaking. And so when I'm bending down to try to grab a patient, my stethoscope would fall off. And anybody who's a doctor out there, them Littman stethoscopes, they ain't cheap, baby. And so them falling on the ground and busting up. So having the snaps under the collar was so you can snap your stethoscope in place so you can move and shake and not have it falling on the ground or bopping your patients on the head. Then I have in the zipper pocket, there's actually or in the breast pocket, I apologize. In the breast pocket, there's a zipper where you can actually take off your ring and put it in there and then zip it closed, because I was scrubbing to surgeries a lot. Yeah. And then I would have to take my wedding ring off, and then I'd have to okay, where am I going to put this at so I don't lose it? Sometimes we put it on our necklaces so we wouldn't lose it, but having a place where you can just put your ring into your zipper and then it would zip up so then it wouldn't fall out. You'd have it there. Or you can put a debit card, because I was always on the go. Honey. So having a little bit of a debit card to grab a bite to eat, have a vending machine on the way to the next appointment or whatever you're going to was helpful. And then there's also pen holders in the pocket, the breast pocket as well. So once again, like you have your little pins on there, and we used to, I don't know if the rest other communities call it this, but we called it pocket vomit in my world, where you bend over and all your like contents of your pocket will fall all over the
Right.
floor, and you got your pins and your loose change and all over the floor. And so that was supposed to help where the pins wouldn't fall out. Your wedding ring, if you had to scrub into a surgery or whatever valuable you have, can be secured in that pocket. And then of course, like I said, the stethoscope snap. So I wanted it to, I'm a fashionable but functional girl. Like if you give me a dress with some pockets on it, I will give you my money. So I need my my fashion to be functional. So that's why it's a functional.
That is awesome. Now see, now I'm kicking myself. Now I'm gonna have to go do another video, because now I'm kicking myself because I didn't explore the jacket like you know you normally would if you're getting some. But that's because it's going to somebody, so I didn't even want to take it out of the plastic.
Oh,
you know, I was like,
it's got Selena in it, because it's like Selena wore a lab coat for 15 years, so Selena knew that she needed to. This is what I would have loved to have, so I incorporated that into the lab coat. So that's why the stethoscope, honey. I can't tell you how many stethoscopes I broke. It's like how many weddings my rings.
And this is why I'm gonna have to do another video, so I'm gonna have to pull the jacket back out. So whoever wins is just gonna have to. They just gonna have to excuse me. But now I have to do another video because I didn't explore the jacket. So now I'm gonna have to go out there and explore it.
Secrets into the jacket.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out there. I'm gonna have to go out there and look at the jacket some more. So what is your favorite part about your business?
My favorite part, that's a good question. I think for me, and so I'm gonna get sappy for me for a second. For me, it was about giving back, and it was about, and that my mission and my whole mission statement is taking care of the caretakers. It's because I was a medical professional. I still love deeply and consider family medical professionals in the field, currently actively in the field. My favorite part is being able to give back. So the lab coat itself does offer its PPE, it does offer protection to the lab coat, but then my mission also, every lab coat sale, we do donate money to 2 different charities. And that's me recognizing that underneath that lab coat, there is a person. There's a person with dreams. There's a person with passion. There's a person who has anxiety, who's nervous, who's doing the best they can, but showing up to work every day with all the, the baggage that comes along with being human sometimes. And so that's my favorite part, because I get to take care of the people I love, because I worked with them for so long from a different aspect of it, like not on the front line as much as I was before, but the lab coat being a protection for them, and then also under the brand itself, donating to charities that support them. Can I give those a quick shout out real quick while I'm here?
Sure,
the charity.
Sure can.
So in every lab coat I sell, there's a portion of those sales goes to 2 separate charities that I partnered with. And the first one is, and on my website, there's links to the charity, so you can go and get more information and support them if you want, support them through their mission. But the first one is the Dr. Lorna Breen Foundation, and that is a foundation that offers medical professionals mental and wellness resources and support. So, and they do that by going after legislation and lobbying for legislation that supports the medical professionals, and destigmatizing the fact that you can go ask for help. Medical professionals are typically a little less reluctant more reluctant to go ask for help, because it's stigmatized in our community. And then there's 400 physicians commit suicide every year. That's upsetting. Damn. And so, because they don't feel like they can go ask for help. And so their Dr. Lorna Breen Foundation, they make sure that there's resources. They go after funding and grant money to give to hospitals and to clinics, so that those resources for mental wellness is on site for those medical professionals. So that's the first organization. The second one is Not One More Vet. So I told you my background is veterinary medicine, so of course I had to look out for my crew. And so their mission is very similar to the first mission. They also offer medical professionals mental wellness resources and support, but it's specifically for the veterinary community. Now, real quick for people to know, because the veterinary community is so like small and niche, not a lot of people know that that community suffers from incredibly high rates of suicide. I mean, 70% of veterinarians know somebody who's committed suicide. Like they're 4 times more likely to commit suicide than the general population, and 2 times more likely to commit suicide than the medical counterparts. So, and because they're so small, nobody knows that. And they need love. And they're not doing it for the money. I guarantee you, veterinarians are not doing it for the money. They're doing it for the love. And so hug your veterinarians. If you bring in your fur babies to somebody, hug that veterinarian. I'm telling you, they need it. So that second organization, Not One More Vet, also provides mental wellness resources to the veterinary community in particular. So, because that is my passion.
Oh my gosh, girl, you got me over here about to have it.
Don't do it, because I got my eyelashes just barely glued on here, baby. Don't do it.
Look, we got fur babies. We got fur babies. You know, we got three dogs and 3 cats. And the surgeon that worked on our one dog had to have a trachea put in when he was 8 months old. So he has a hole in his throat. And the surgeon that did his surgery was the best. And I mean, that man was tearing up because he was so scared that he was going to lose that puppy. So
the passion,
so as I'm hearing you talk about you know, we always think about the doctors, but I've never thought about the suicide rate until you just brought it up. I mean, so now I'm going to tell you this. I do mental health Mondays. You need to sign up for one. So we can talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Absolutely. I'm a huge advocate for mental wellness, especially in the medical community.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Go on my website and click under the events and sign up for Mental Health Monday. And let's have that conversation, you know, about the statistics for the doctors killing themselves, you know, committing suicides. I would have never thought that, you know, until you just said it. But now that you've said it, I could kind of see how it would get stressful, extremely stressful, especially if you're losing patients, whether they're fur babies or they're humans. You know, it's
and they do the best they can. I mean, they give so, and I know this because my field was research, so I got to work with a lot of different doctors from a lot of different specialties and backgrounds. They give so much of themselves. I can't tell you how many times I've sat in hallways crying with the doctor because something didn't go right, or they just give so much. They'll sleep in cars outside the hospital because it doesn't make sense to go home. I mean, just so much. And the veterinarians too. I know veterinarians. We just be sitting in stalls with pigs, just cradling the pig who's not feeling well. You know, they just give so much of themselves every day, and it's not. We don't often think about them because they're the ones who are taking care of us, and because they give so much, they don't take care of themselves. So that was why my mission was to take care of the caretakers. Somebody got to be looking out for those people who are looking out for us and our loved ones. So I appreciate the opportunity to even talk about that and even to give them that little awareness.
And that's a fact. Just said self-care is critical these days, and especially if you're running a small business. Heck yeah, you ain't never lying.
Yes, it is absolutely critical.
Mental health is extremely important to me.
It's important. I think it's not, especially in our community, Black community, we don't try to ignore things.
We don't like to see
we don't address it. We can get on a whole other topic on mental health, so I won't get too much on
it. That's why I want you to sign up for a Mental Health Monday, because these conversations are needed. And see, you'll be a different standpoint because you'll be speaking from the medical field. You know, and that's normally it'd be somebody coming on and it'd be us, you know, a small business owner, but you'll be able to actually talk from the medical field standpoint, you know.
They need love and support and people being gentle with them because they are like I said, underneath that lab coat is a person.
It is.
That's a person who goes home every day and has kids and has, who's sacrificing a lot, and they feel guilty because they're not home a lot with their families because they're giving so much to their career, and then they feel guilty at work because things aren't going accordingly, or a patient is not being, the treatment's not going the way you wanted it to. So like that's a lot. It's a lot for them. So
it is.
I had to incorporate that into the business model. It was more than just dope lab coats. Like the dope lab coats is cool, and I wanted that to be, but that was a vehicle.
But there's a purpose behind.
There's a purpose. I told you, it's intention. Everything is intentional with me. Everything's intentional.
I know that's right. Now look. So if you had the opportunity to speak to your younger self today, what would you tell her?
You know what? This
why I don't give y'all questions ahead of time. This why I don't give questions.
You gotta think about it. You gonna be look. I'm look. Everything has a tie for me. You gonna be okay, boo? Because like even my logo. So the swan in my logo. My logo is a swan. That's my trademark logo, and that's
beautiful.
It's a nod to me because it was my favorite story growing up as a kid was the story of the ugly duckling. And so I was the weird science nerd, the teacher's pet who got made fun of because I had big feet, baby. I got a size 10 foot. So just awkward. Just an awkward duck.
So that means you're tall.
No, I'm not. I'm 5'6". I got my great grandma said, baby, that's okay. You got big feet. That means nobody's gonna be able to knock you down. You got a strong foundation.
That's true.
My great grandma. But I hated it.
Grandma was right. And now look at what you're doing.
Look at God, baby. Want to do it?
That's right.
But so the story of the ugly duckling was, he thought he didn't fit in. He didn't get along. Everybody made fun of him, and then he went through his trials and tribulations. And then in the spring, he looks down into the pond and sees that he was never a ugly duckling after all. He was always a beautiful swan. And so that's why I chose the swan as my logo, because I always felt like I never fit in. I was just a weird science nerd kid with the big feet. And I'm almost 40. So now that I'm pushing 40, now feeling like, okay, you okay?
She's pushing 40. Whatever. Yeah, baby.
I'm out here, I'm not trying to just stay limber. I'm just like, I ain't what I used to be, Miss Sandra. Lord.
Right? Look, so here's a comment, and it says, wait a minute. I wear a 10 too, and I'm 5'5", so I understand. Bless your hearts.
It's hard out here.
Gonna knock y'all over though, like you said. Grandma said y'all got strong foundation. Nobody gonna knock y'all over.
We strong out here with these big feet. So I would tell my younger self, like, you're gonna be okay, boo. You are a swan. You just didn't know it. Like I just didn't know it, and that's why the logo was the swan, because it represented. I'm sure I'm not the only person who felt like you didn't fit in or didn't know where you quite belonged at, and just kind of just trying to find your way. But eventually, you're gonna look in that pond and you're gonna see that you was that swan all along, boo boo. You just didn't know. And that's what I would tell my younger self. You a swan, boo boo. You just don't know it yet.
She said she's wore a size 10 since the 7th grade.
I was the 6th grade. So I had to grow into my feet. Thank God I had to grow into my feet, because I was skiing around Dayton, Ohio for quite a long time before I got my boots to my feet. Ooh, they ain't cute, honey, either.
She said she knows how to use these big feet.
Yeah. Now look,
y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. I got
big and flat too. They ain't even got no arches or nothing. They ain't got the proper. They just flat. No. Big old flat.
Y'all could have at least got an arch.
She gave me an arch or something, but nothing. Just flat footed. That's okay though. I evolved. I eventually looked into that pond and saw that I was always a swan. So that's what I would tell Saleda. Like, you're like, just hold on, baby. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Saleda, you're gonna be all right. She says, oh, she has a high arch though. Oh, so she got an arch. Sorry.
Arch. I ain't get no arch. So I just feel like if I had an arch, it would look more delicate. Like, I feel like the arch would have gave me maybe a little more delicate. Now they just like clumping. I just clump around.
Yeah. Yeah. She said, right, you come into She said, right, you come into your own. That is
You
true.
come into your own. You do. That's what I would tell my old self when I was sitting, being in the nerdy and being made fun of because I was always like, I won all the science fairs, baby. Everything. I was spelling bees. I was winning. I was winning all the stuff. And so when I
know
that
that's right.
ostracized me a little bit in elementary school.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
I came into my own, and I'm grateful for that. But it was a journey, baby. She wasn't always this little fly thing you see before you today. She was rough in my earlier days.
It happens. Yeah, I could say the same thing. I've come a long way. From running in the streets.
Right, like I ain't where I want to be, but thank God I ain't where I used to be.
Look, Miss Thang said she was spelling bee champ. Okay.
Yeah.
I see y'all out here being all smart and nerdy.
I was smart and nerdy, honey. That's awkward.
I was athletic. I was not
the athletic bone in my body. I can barely walk.
Brains at all. I had people do my homework. Because I was not, I couldn't look. I had to focus on track, basketball, indoor, outdoor, cross country. I didn't have time to worry about school.
My brothers were the athletes in the family, so I helped keep them eligible to play.
Well, hello, Morocco. This gentleman said, "Peace is welcome. How my greeting is from Morocco." Okay.
Oh, Morocco. Okay. Hello.
She said, words are my thing. I see, Miss Spelling Bee.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was the goosebump reading, Nancy Drew book having, or else I was that girl. I'm still that girl. I'm just.
Fax said, did you have a special dance when you made your first sale?
Ooh, I cried. It took a long time. It took more months than because I don't know if anybody else out there, but you expect a certain level of support from your own community, and that didn't happen for me. And so when my first sale was from strangers, and that was to me was almost a little bit more vindicating. It's because somebody bought from me just because they believed in me, not because they felt like, oh, Saleda,
because they knew you or they were family or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, when people come to me and they're like, I can't get any followers, I can't get any support, this, that, and the third, from my family. And I tell them, I say, you're looking in the wrong place. I said, your biggest supporters are going to be strangers.
They have been for me as well. They have been for me, and I'm so grateful every time. Not to say that family's not going to support, but at the end of the day, your true supporters at the end of the day, other than family, some of the family that supports, they're going to be people you don't even know and you ain't never heard of. Yeah, I did not know that. So when my first sale came from a stranger, a Black veterinarian, actually, urban vet. I want to give her a shout out because she was my first sale. It was amazing. It was, and it meant a lot to me because it meant that somebody got it. Because especially if you go without sales and you think, I thought once I got to the launch and the lab coats were available that I would just be selling. I thought I was just gonna be like Scarface, honey. I was gonna be just selling out the all kinds of money. I was gonna have the little world in my house with the world is yours spinning around. I thought I was gonna be it, but it didn't happen that way. It took months for me to get my first sale, and so when it happened and it was a stranger, it meant so much to me because it felt it was okay, somebody gets it, and also there's no. You're not buying it because you feel like you have to. You're doing it because you genuinely saw the product and thought okay, system put some work into this and I want to support. And I appreciate that. So,
she says, yes, a random follower on YouTube, etc., or a book purchase is priceless. Girl, you ain't never lying.
It is. And I told my husband this, like, I had to learn that success doesn't necessarily mean sales right away. Like, to me, success is having this conversation with you and being able to laugh and talk about businesses and being Black and in the medical profession. The support I get on Facebook is success to me. The people looking at my lab coats, I'm like, dang, girl, that's different. That's dope. Like, that's success to me. And I had to learn that success is not necessarily quantified by sales all the time.
Or how many followers
you have. Success to me is just having people come in here and say, hey, how you doing? You know, like somebody even joined me in this live to be interested in what I'm talking about is success to me. So, and I had to kind of program my brain to understand that as I started on this entrepreneur journey. But yeah, it's an amazing experience to have support from people who don't know you and who just get it, get what you're trying to do and want to be behind you. And I will forever be grateful for those people who look at this quirky, nerdy Black girl with these big feet and is like, you know what, we mess with sis. Let's go ahead and get us a lab coat.
I know that's right.
So, I will always be grateful to y'all.
For somebody that is not maybe listening and they're not a business owner yet, or maybe they haven't even thought about being a business owner because they don't think it's for them, like you,
right?
What would you tell them? Now that your outlook has changed because now you are a business owner, and not just doing a 9-to-5, but you're doing, your business now. So for somebody that might be on the fence or might not, I can't be no business owner, what would you tell them?
Well, first and foremost, I think you have to, you can't be an entrepreneur and not, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you can't be an entrepreneur and not have a passion behind it. Like, if you're just out there just trying to make money and trying to just sell because you think you just want to make money, you just want to have your pockets loaded and stuff, that's never going to work. That's never going to work. And so with your passion with the Black connections and bringing these Black business owners together, that's why it works, because there's a passion behind it. And I think for anybody who wants to join the entrepreneur journey, you have to find your passion, whatever that may be. For me, it is the medical profession and supporting that community. For you, it's supporting the Black business owners, which we're grateful for. So you can't, if you want to join, you don't think it's for you, then the first step you should think about is what am I passionate about? Like, what is it something, and can I market that passion? Is that marketable? Is that something that I, behind anything, it has to be, for me at least, I have to feel passionate about it. I can't just do stuff because it's not about the money. Of course I want to make money. Of course I want to, it's not, there's bills to be paid, there's overheads. But at the end of the day, it's about the passion. It's about, do you feel passionate about what you're doing? And to me also, am I making a difference? Am I doing something that means something that's going to affect people in a positive way? And my entire career has been about that. And this now business pivot in my career, it has the same message. I have to feel like I am doing. That's just the Cancer, I guess, in me. Like my astrological sign.
You didn't say Cancer. Women, what day?
July 5th.
I'm July 19th.
Yeah, July 5th. I'm right after 4th of July. So it's.
I'm sorry.
I thought my daddy told me that 4th of July was for my birthday. I didn't know till I was 12 years old that 4th of July wasn't about me. I thought the fireworks and the barbecue was about me, honey. I was devastated when I found out that it was about the Independence Day, and we weren't even free. It wasn't even our freedom. It was other people's freedom, and Black folks were still slaves.
Exactly.
I was devastated to hear that. What? That was about me.
Exactly. Okay. Let me see. She says, Bed Thoughts says, right, I'm not a salesperson, but I have a passion for what I put out. Yeah, I feel you on that. Look, I'm not a salesperson for Black connections. And people get on me all the time about this. I am not a salesperson when it comes to Black connections. But when it comes to y'all, I'll move mountains to put the word out about y'all. And my friends are always talking crap about me. They're like, Sandra, how can you promote everybody else, but you don't talk about Black connections? I'm like, that's y'all's job.
Yeah, but the thing is, and this is what got me, Miss Sandra, about you, is that you feel your passion. Like, I'm an introvert. Like this, I don't really like talking to people. I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
And so, but I saw your passion when you were talking about other people's businesses. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to come out my shell and come talk to Miss Sandra because that's what pulled me out. So it's the passion.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you came out, because people need to see you, you know, and this is why I do the lives, because I want people to be able to connect with the CEOs of these businesses. How many times do you go somewhere and you're like, damn, I wonder who owns this, or who's the, you know, can I talk to the owner? I don't know how many Black-owned restaurants I've gone to, and I just love the atmosphere, and I just want to talk to the owner and tell them, you know, but you never see them. They're not out front. A couple of the mom and pops, the owner will be out front, but for the most part, you know, the owners really aren't there. You know, they've got staff. So that's why I started the lives, because I wanted people to be able to connect with the CEO and then potentially want to hit that link and go to the website and purchase whatever it is, you know, you guys have. Also, you guys have information for maybe somebody that wants to start a business or is starting a business but is like stuck. That's why I ask different questions, you know, about the good, the bad, and the ugly and things like that, because other people need to hear that, hey, I'm not the only one that's having an issue right now with my business, or I'm not the only one am I the only one that's not getting sales? Damn, am I the only one that can't get my product out on time? You know, that's why I do these, because I want other Black-owned businesses to see that they're not alone. Yeah, they're not the only one struggling.
And it feels good to see, not that it feels good to see people struggling, but
I know what you meant.
Yeah, to be like, okay, I'm not, like, it's not just me. Like, you know, we're working on this together, and the encouragement I get from other business owners, and that has uplifted me, like, this on the days where I'm sad, the days where I'm like, okay, this didn't go right, or okay, this is not happening the way I want it to happen. And it's all a journey. Everything is a lesson. I have learned so much. You know, I tell my mommy this, like, I got a whole MBA, and I've learned so much in the last year of just doing this business, way more than anything I've learned in my formal education at college. So being able to just, like, the grind, the learning, okay, what I have to do here, and like all these different aspects about it, like, I've learned so much more. I would say it's been so much more enriching than my formal education that I have, than being here and having boots on the ground and learning how to be an entrepreneur, just through the trial and error, through the tears and the pain and the laughs. I've learned so much more. So I'm grateful for this journey. I'm grateful that God has ordained me to be on this path, even though I didn't see it for myself a couple of years ago.
Facts said experience speaks volumes, and Bed's Thoughts said it's nice to know it's not just you. Yeah, it really is nice to know it's not just you.
It really is. It really is. And I'm grateful. And it's inspiring to see the other business owners, especially on Facebook in particular, where you see the creativity of what they're putting out, and you're like, you have one on, like, there's a lady I think doing a vendor who does the hats. Somebody coming on that you do that hat.
Fedoras.
Yeah, and I was like, girl, I gotta give me one of them fedoras.
Girl, and she does custom ones. I was like, okay, I need a black connections one.
Yeah, I mean, so seeing all the creativity has been inspiring for me as well, to just see people once again walking in their own passions and their own creative expression and stuff has also been just incredibly inspiring for me as well.
I am so glad we were able to get together. I am so glad we were able to get together. Thank you. This has been amazing. Girl, we've been on here an hour, and it doesn't even seem like it.
I just looked at my clock. I was like, oh, my God, I've just been gabbing for like 4 hours.
Girl, please. The realtor and I were on here for 2 hours,
Oh,
2 hours last night.
okay.
Look, I'm just getting back into the swing of things, you know, because I've been gone for 8 months, dealing with some medical issues, which I'm still dealing with. But I was like, I have to get back to work, you know. So I got back to work Monday. My
Oh,
first
that's my
live was Monday.
cousin. Hi, sorry, my cousin. That's my cousin. Hey, Kay.
Oh, hey, Kay. Hey, girl, hey. She
Like,
said
I
this was
recognize that name.
amazing.
Hi, boo.
Thank you so much,
Thank
got
you, Miss
all of you, for coming in
Sandra.
here and hanging out. I mean, I really appreciate that. A lot of people, one thing I never do is I don't look at numbers. I don't care about numbers. People always are like, oh, well, you got to have 100 people on your lives and this, that, and the third. I don't do anything that anybody else does. I'm
Right.
me. I'm
Me neither.
independent. I do what I want to do
That
and
feels
what works for
right.
me.
Right.
And yeah, and I'm fully aware of how social media works because of what I do for a living. So I'm fully aware of how they screw over Black-owned businesses. And we're not able to promote things like we should, and we don't get the engagement, you know, that we should, because we're at the end of the day, we're at the mercy of these other people's platforms.
Right.
So that is why are you in the Facebook group yet?
I think I am. I am.
Yeah, make sure
I'm just
you
now learning Facebook. I'm so
yeah.
technologically like just
Girl,
insufficient.
trust me, it's a lot. I've been gone for 8 months on social media, and I've came back and I'm lost as I don't know what. I'm telling you now, I'm lost. But if you're not in the Facebook group yet, make sure you get in that, because it is the Facebook group is all Black CEOs, and there's
I think I'm in that group. I'm pretty sure I
yeah,
am, but I'll double
it's
check when I get off of this.
Black Connections. I can send you the link if you're not in there. But Black Connections CEOs Organic Group on
Okay.
Facebook. It's
Yeah,
nothing but
look for it.
us CEOs in there. And I started the group because I seen all of these. Like I said, I was pretty much gone for 8 months on social media, logging in here and there. But I came in and I'm seeing follow for follow, engage under this post and get your followers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking, and all I see is I'm in, follow for follow. And I mean, they got like 1,000 people on the post, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But how many invoices have y'all got today? While you sitting here under all of these posts going follow for follow and doing all of this stuff, and you're putting you're putting your follow me up under these posts while you're sitting there going under hundreds of posts all day long doing that. How many invoices have you got today?
Okay.
And,
okay.
And you know,
louder for the people in the back, Miss Sandra. It's like,
you know, I'm sorry, but and you know, at the end of the day, you started a business, you have products, your goal is to make money.
Yes, it is.
So if you're sitting on Facebook all day and you're sitting here doing all of this, you're neglecting your business and you're doing exactly what the white man wants you to do. And that is not make any damn money. So,
right. I see that on the Facebook all the time, all the follow for follow. Like, I'm not about that. Like, if I feel like you have a product that I'm interested in, then I will follow you. But I'm not just following people because, you know, I don't need the numbers. No. I need the connections and the networking.
Right.
And real friends,
and that's what,
real friends, real people who's about real stuff, about making money and making a difference.
People
that's what I'm about.
Are about making money, helping each other out. Right. You know, our community is bad with this crabs in the barrel mentality. Right. Oh, I can't tell anybody about this because if I do, then, you know, they might get ahead of me. Yeah. So what? No. If they get, you would not believe the businesses that I've had on my platform since 2019, and they got brick and mortars, you know. Right. literally sitting in my bedroom, working from my bedroom. I don't have a brick and mortar, but am I upset that they have a brick and mortar and I don't? No,
Right.
I'm still going to promote the heck out of their business.
Right. I want to see you win. I want to see.
Exactly.
I love seeing people win.
Yes.
That is my favorite thing in life. I'm the crier. Every time I see, like, I cry when a chair turns around on The Voice. Like if somebody is singing their heart out and that chair turns around on The Voice, I'm like, oh, praise God, they got it.
Yes.
Like,
look, I'll be at the TV like, they have got the voice of an angel. Why are you not turning? Girl, I'm ready to throw stuff at the TV.
like I'm that. I just love to see people win. I love to see our people win in particular, but I just love to see people win. Like, and that's important to me. And to uplift people and
winners
to give people an opportunity.
Winners.
Amen.
Super said winners make winners.
That's true. There's room for everybody. That's what I always
said. We can all win.
We can all win. Yeah.
Facts talking about preach. Thought said, yes, I get tired of that too. You're talking about the follow.
Yeah, like, don't do the follow. I'm not that girl.
But I tell
like,
people all the time, there's enough room at the table for all of us to eat. So let's eat. Yeah. Why can't we help each other? And let me tell you one thing people don't like is bartering. Look, if I got a product that you need and you got something that I want, and they're close or similar to the same price
in value,
why do we have to exchange money?
Right now.
For what?
I'll exchange. Look, and this thing, I just think people have this misconception about, like, I have to be at top. I have to be the one winning, or I have to, or there's, like I said, once again, it's not always about the dollars. Now, yeah, we want to make money, but to me, it's about making money and making a difference. Those are the two, like, my business has to be the same. Those have to run side by side, making money and making a difference. And we can all eat. I have no reason. And I love to have people around me who are bosses too. So I don't want to be, it's lonely at the top. Like,
that's inspirational to be around other people that are bosses, man. And look, I don't have a problem taking anybody anywhere I go and putting them in a room full of money. One of my sons, one of my adopted babies, I was invited to this boss event. I was so honored to be there. And the girl that invited me, I was like, that's an hour and a half ride for me. Can I bring somebody with me? She was like, yes. So I brought my adopted son that is trying to be a model, and he has his own business, and I put him in a room full of money.
Yes. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
It didn't bother me a bit. I sat back in my seat sipping my water, and I watched him work the room because he did what I told him to do. I said, son, I brought you here. I done put you in because I don't have nowhere near the money those people have. When I say I put him in a room full of money, and I said, that smile that you have, go get paid.
Right, go work the room, boo. I can only do so much. I brought you here.
I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Right. Okay.
So I can lead Black-owned businesses everywhere they need to go, but it's up to them to finish the deal. I can put you in a room full of people, but if you can't finish that deal, that's on you, not me. I got you there. Right. And he got a modeling contract.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. And that's what to me, that's what it's about. It's about helping each other out. We all can win. Like what Jay-Z say, nobody wins when the family feuds. Like we all we can all win. We just have to be together and we rolling in the same direction. Like rolling in the same direction. And that's to me, that's the dream, is to be able to help everybody else win, bring more people of color into the medical field and let them know that you can do it too.
God, I would love that. I would love more of us in the medical field, especially because I've been dealing with all these medical issues the past 8 months, and I haven't been able to find not one of us for me to go to.
It's hard out here for them.
You ain't never lying.
And I can say, like, I've been around a large variety of medical professionals from different backgrounds, and I was probably more than likely more times than not, I was the only person of color in that room. Like,
Right.
period. Like, that's just what it was. And that I'm happy to be that person, but again, bringing more of us in here, like, you can do it too. You can, like, my outreach things when I was back home, like, just letting people know, like, look, one, I'm always going to be an advocate for the veterinary community. So yes, we need
Yes.
more Black veterinarians. Yes, we need more Black vet techs. Come on, like, we need them.
Yeah.
But in general, like, has having people in the medical community that look like us, who are researching things that
Mhm.
affect our community, like, that's going to be better for us as a whole, baby. That we all
Yeah.
win. So, like, it's like we all
Ohio
win.
has a Black veterinarian out there in Cleveland. She follows me.
Oh, I love Ohio. Is my that's where I was raised. So
I
I'm
will
always going to
send
be
you her.
partial to Ohio.
I'll send you her link.
Oh,
But
please.
yeah, she's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, please.
And she's a Black veterinarian, has her own practice and everything. It's awesome.
Love that. Love that. Like,
That's
oh,
so juicy. Said,
okay,
hey,
yeah.
Ohio here too.
Yeah, I was dating Ohio, baby. I was like, that's where
One of my brothers
hood
is
edge
in
comes from.
Ohio. One of my brothers is in Ohio. I don't know how to pronounce it. Coshocton, Ohio. It's a small town.
Yeah,
It's like an hour. It's like an hour from Columbus.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was in Dayton, so I
He
was
went
in
to
Dayton,
Ohio State. She said I joined at the right time. I know that's right. She said she's from Youngstown.
Youngstown, Akron, Dayton, Cleveland. I was like, I know those areas. I got friends in those areas still to this day. To this day.
I know that's right. Well, girl, let me tell you, I have thoroughly enjoyed this live with you. I'm super proud of you. I'm glad you started this business. And I am definitely going to make sure I do everything in my power to get these lab coats in our hands, with our doctors and nurses. And even the other day, I was thinking when I first seen the coat, what are they called? Barbers. Barbers wear coats.
Yeah.
That's a coat. You said it's water resistant, so that's a coat, that they could wear as well.
Yeah. I mean, I had a beautician buy one because you're washing hair. You're hanging over washing hair. And I was like, dang, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I mean, like,
exactly.
they're waterproof.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to protect your little fit underneath the coat, and you can wash your hair, and you ain't going to have if you splash water on yourself, you're going to be okay. Like, it's waterproof.
Yep.
Like it is quality fabric. Like, the fabric is dope. Like, we're even making
it really is.
We're trying to create a system in which that you can actually turn in old lab coats to a place hopefully it'll be in LA, where they're going to, the team that I work with is going to be able to take those old lab coats and upcycle them up to green hydrogen. So like they're geniuses. Wow. Like the textile partner, she's a genius. Like, she really is a genius, and I will always sing her praises. Like, she is. Now, is
she from Japan?
She is. She's a Japanese woman, and she is incredible, like, incredibly, like, she just knows this world. And so, like, we have a long-term goal to be able to take old lab coats back and upcycle them to green hydrogen. So just trying to stay green, trying to make, like I said, trying to make a difference, trying to make things better, trying to do.
You're making a difference.
That's a good idea. That's so juicy. Yes, chefs, that's a good. See, y'all, that's why I love being here, because y'all just be bringing me ideas. And I'm like, I didn't even know. Chefs, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Now let me ask you this: Are the lab coats in the medical field only white? Do y'all have any other color?
I've seen other people use have different color lab coats. I think traditionally most people associate their doctor, their researcher, with a white lab coat. That's why I wanted the coat itself to be white, so that way it was
right.
That traditional part of our brain. Okay, white lab coat means doctor, nurse, veterinarian, whatever that may be, was triggered immediately when you saw it. But then the collar, I in my head, I thought it would be really dope for a pediatrician. Because, like, you have these small patients who are, a little bit nervous about being in a hospital setting, and then you come in and you have this lab coat on it. And I'm hoping to be able to, like, have some really fun patterns, like candy and different things, to be like an icebreaker. So typically, I've seen other lab coats of different colors besides the white ones, but I like the white because I think it triggered the immediate, like, okay, like, this is a doctor, this is a medical professional. And also like the fun, like the collar, so it's fun as well. So that's and also a little less scary. You know, I think for like a pediatric doctor or pediatric, I've worked with a lot of pediatricians and they have little patients. So having this being a little bit less scary, or even like an icebreaker for when you come into a room and there's like, you have a collar that has like candy on it, or maybe someday like Mickey Mouse or something, you do a little licensing situation, maybe do a little Mickey Mouse, or a little, you know, a little something like Harry Potter. I'm a nerd and I got my little Harry Potter wands on the back, like, you know, like Harry Potter. You do a little house, you know, a little house, like a Hufflepuff or whatever, you know, Ravenclaw. Like that's a dream, but you know, someday I'm hoping to be able to do something like that.
And you know, you could design one with little black children on it.
Yeah, you know, I have an incredible artist who I work with, and I have these ideas in my head. She makes them happen. So I have a it's super cool. But I have a lot of incredible people behind me who help me make this a reality.
So awesome. I am so thankful that you have an awesome team working with you, so you can pull off these amazing lab coats you got.
I'm very grateful. I'm incredibly grateful and blessed.
Yes. Well, I'm super excited. I'm glad we got to talk today. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. A lot of laughing going on. My cheeks hurting again.
This has been fun. I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah, my cheeks were hurting last night. They're hurting again today. And then, hey, Malik. Oh, long time no see. So Saturday is the expo. So we'll be having a conversation again during the expo. So you can have one of the lab coats and explain all that little cool stuff that you explained about the different, the pull here, the zipper here. You can explain that. I'm redoing my video. Believe that. I'll tag you in it when I get it done. Now that I know them lab coats do all of that, I didn't know it did all of that. But now,
they do all of that.
But now that I know all the little things that it does, so I'm gonna do another video because I think that is super cool that you took things that when you wore your lab coat back in the day, dang, I need this, and I don't have it, and you put it in the lab coat. And I think that is so cool. And people need to know that it's not just a lab coat with a collar design. You know what I mean? They need to know. They need to know everything. So have one of them. Yeah, have one of them lab coats Saturday so you can break all of that down, because if you wouldn't have said something about it tonight, I would have never known. And I was wondering, because I said, it says functional. Maybe she means fun because of the collar, you know.
Yeah.
It never dawned on me to go look at
everything's intentional.
It never dawned on me to go and look at that coat again and kind of find out what you were talking about. But you told me tonight. Now I know. So a new video is coming before somebody wins that coat.
Thank you so much. It is functional. She had to be more than just a dope lab coat. She had to do more than that. So
love it. I love it. I love it. And the collar, it just brightens up the coat. Right. It's not just this bland white. You know, it's got some color to it.
A little razzle.
Yeah, pizzazz. That's right. That's right. And kids love stuff like that.
Yeah, that is the dream. A pediatric hospital or someplace like that where babies are.
Yeah. So I am glad that our paths have crossed.
I am as well.
And I'm super excited. And Saturday, I don't know what time you come on Saturday, but I will.
What time do you want me here? So I can set. I got to do my time zone conversion. So let me know so I can be able to be available.
Let me see what time I have you on.
You can email me later too. You don't have to look right now. I don't want to have you. If you want to, you can.
You're fine. What time did we put you in for? Oh, 10:45.
10:45. Okay, let me write that down somewhere. Okay, sorry,
what
y'all.
Time is that? What time is that for you?
I'm gonna have to look it up on my converter. It don't matter though, boo. I'm gonna be there. It don't matter. I'll figure. Like one thing I've learned about being in Japan, like the time zone, like I'll make it happen. Like I'll make it happen.
Don't worry about if the husband and kids are awake, because we don't care about none of that, girl.
Okay.
We be doing these lives.
They're
Look, the
probably
kids,
going to be asleep.
last time we did the virtual expo, this lady's kids kept popping in and she was getting mad. I said, girl, leave them kids alone. Let them sit in the live. We were talking to them on the live and everything.
We got family. We're trying to juggle it all. The business, the families.
Right.
Like, we got it.
That's
It's a balancing act.
And we're
So, I'll be there. 10:45. I'll be there.
All right, sounds good. Well, we have been on here for 1 hour and 23 minutes. It don't seem like it though, because we've just been having a good time. But I'm proud of you. I am glad that you are giving back. You know, I'm glad that you are following your passion. And you're just a sweet person. I can't wait to meet you face to face. We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
Shorty, not while you're in Japan, though. I was going to say, I can't wait for you to come back home.
Yeah, I'll be home soon. I'll be home in a few months.
Shorty Riggs said, great live.
Oh, thanks.
And,
yeah. Thank y'all so much.
It was a great live.
I mean, fax work. I think I see you on my Facebook friend too, baby. I see you. Like, I thank you so much.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming on tonight. And time did go fast, Shorty. You were absolutely right. Because it definitely doesn't seem like it was 1 hour and 24 minutes.
At my clock, like, oh my goodness. I can gab. Like, you get me talking, I can talk. I'm just an introvert, but if you get me talking, I'll talk.
Yes. Bed Thoughts, we enjoyed you too. And if you're not in the Facebook group, make sure you join it as well. I wrote your name down so I can follow you. But yes, so I will see you Saturday at 10:45. That's right. Fax Works said we'll see both of you on Saturday because
that's my Facebook friend. I recognize that name.
Yeah, he's one of the vendors as well.
Yeah.
Wait, she said I'm in there. Oh, well, girl, I'm gonna have to look your page up. I'm so sorry. I just be letting people, in the group, and I can't remember everybody that's in there. So, well, I'm glad you're in there. I'm glad you're in there. And I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you, everybody who joined as well. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all, it does a nerdy girl's heart good. So thank y'all so much. Yes, I appreciate it.
Man.
Miss Sandra,
it's okay.
Thank you once again.
So many of us. Oh, yes, there is a lot of us in that group, isn't it? You're more than welcome. I'm just happy that, we were able to get together and do the live and get the word out, about the lab coats because, we need to get them in the hands of our community doctors that are out there, Right. So I'm glad we were able to connect tonight and I look forward to Saturday. I'm nervous about Saturday, but I'm excited at the same time. Just a little nervous because, I'm trying to get back in. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and it's a process. It
feels right. This was very natural. You got it, boo. Don't worry about it. I think it'll be just fine.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you, guys.
Yes, ma'am. And just keep up the awesome work you're doing. I'm really, really proud of you. Anybody that gives back. And anybody that, does anything to try to help us stand out a little bit, stand out a little bit. And where's your mama at?
Right Which there, Stephanie Moreland Johnson. Hey, Mommy.
Well, hey, Mom. Oh, my goodness. Hello. I love your daughter.
Named partially after her. That's the Ann. She's the Ann in Selina and Work Apparel. That's the Ann. Her middle name is Ann.
Gotcha.
Hey, Mama.
Okay. I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Look, everybody talking about, hi, Mom. Shorty Rex said, hi, Mom. See, we're one big happy family up in here.
I'm surprised you ain't said that before. Like, I didn't know she was in here. Hey, Mama. Thank you, Miss Sandra. I appreciate it.
You are
more
than welcome,
I'll
sweetie.
see you
I'm going to post
Saturday.
this. Yes, ma'am. Saturday at 10:45.
Okay. I will be there.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will see you Saturday.
All righty. Thank God. Thank you,
All right.
everybody.
Bye. Thanks, guys, for everybody that came in. And we will see everybody. Oh, I have a live 10 o'clock tomorrow morning if any of you guys want to catch that one. It's the hat lady, the lady that makes the fedoras. So if any of you guys are available 10 o'clock tomorrow morning Eastern Standard Time, that's going to be her live. So all of you guys have a great night. And if you're free Saturday, the virtual expo is Saturday from 9 to 3. I'm so excited. I can't wait. It is nothing but wall-to-wall Black-owned businesses all day. I'm super stoked. So you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. You get some rest. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Shorty Rig. I'm about to hit the shower, and then I'm hitting the bed. Thank you so much, Shorty. All right, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in.